Broncos are going to be forced to punt. The Eagles will take over at their own 9-yard line. Broncos offense continues to struggle in that one offensively this year to be consistent. Last week, big number against the Bengals, but this week against another good defense. They played the Chargers 2 weeks ago. They're playing the Eagles this week, and they continue to struggle. The Eagles, I don't know if you'd say they're struggling, but the Eagles took their third drive of the game and look to get their first touchdown as that one's 3-3. Let's go out to MetLife and get an update from Mike Mancuso on everything's Cowboys and Jets.
Okay, Anthony, 11:40 remaining in the first half. The Cowboys just jumped out to a 10-3 lead. It was a 90-yard drive for Dallas, 13 plays, took 6 minutes and 10 seconds. The scoring play was a 26-yard catch and run to tight end Jake Ferguson from Dak Prescott, who is 7 of 11 on the day. The Jets now will have the ball for the third time. Justin Fields only 4 of 8 to this point for 37 yards. So 11:40 remaining, first half. Dallas on top of the Jets, 10-3.
Thank you so much, Mike, as we'll monitor that one. It was a nice play. He threw the ball over, and he kind of followed the blockers, and they created a lane for him to score on that one to the right side as well. Spencer Rattler here with a nice little scramble for a first down as they're trying to, keep up with the Giants as that game's 14-3. Kevin Casey, though, has an update in the Dolphins-Panthers. What's going on, Casey?
Okay, the Dolphins have just gotten into the end zone again. 10:48 to go, second quarter. It's Miami now 17, Carolina nothing. And the Tua Tagovailoa with the 4-yard touchdown pass to Darren Waller. Tua 16 of 20 today, 147 yards. Darren Waller, 5 receptions, 78 yards, including that touchdown. And just a couple of moments ago, with that touchdown, Jalen Waddle, 4 receptions, 47 yards. It's been a total domination. Bryce Young, just when that whole touchdown was set up by a Bryce Young interception by Minkah Fitzpatrick, Miami just had 49 yards to go for that score. So a short field for the Dolphins. Their special teams right now looks fired up. They've pinned Carolina back inside their own 20. 10:43 to go, second quarter. It's Miami 17, Carolina nothing.
Thank you so much, Kevin, as we'll watch it. So on the year, 8 catches for Darren Waller, 3 of them touchdowns. So he is, settled into post-retirement, if you could say, pretty well as he's come back out of retirement in that one. And they are continuing to pour it on early. And that is very interesting. I will say this, Bryce Young having a rough day. We got another, special teams, I said, has been, a real key to this season, as it always is. But I think this is the kicker for the Colts, limping off the field. Under his own power, but taking really small steps. So we'll see what happens to that one. Bryce Young, though, as I was saying, in that Dolphins-Panthers game, having a rough day, throws the interception and set up the previous score. I don't know if he needed off his head. Sometimes these quarterbacks, they're scrambling and they need it out of their hands. But he just dropped the ball, and the Dolphins were able to recover. So a tough day for Bryce Young as that team was trying to get back in the win column as they won their last home game. And we have a big play here. Texans, Ravens setting up a goal line, drive here, and we'll get an update from M&T Bank Stadium in a bit. As this one, we have a score possibly in the next few minutes in that one, as the Ravens are trying to hang on against the Texans early as they are banged up. No Lamar Jackson, no Kyle Hamilton, no Marlon Humphreys, no Roquan Smith, no Emory Jones. Patrick Ricard, the fullback, also out. So they are dealing with it offensively. They're dealing with it defensively, and that defense was already banged up. An incompletion here in the Giants game, 3rd and 12 now for the Saints, as they're trying to not let that one get away from them. And we've got a punt, 4th and 29 for the Jets as they punt back to the Cowboys, as that game's 10-3, and the Cowboys try to build on their lead. With a nice little punt return here. It gets about 10 yards to the 30 in that one. And we will get, we have a score, I believe. It hasn't been officially acknowledged yet by the officials, but we'll see in a second if the Texans and Ravens have a score. It's actually a flag on the play, so it does not look like there will be a touchdown in that one. Update some of the other scores. 17-0 Dolphins over the Panthers. Panthers have the ball at midfield, 2nd and 1. 10-3 Cowboys over the Jets. The Cowboys just got the punt, so they will look to drive there. It is 14-3 in the Saints-Giants game as it's 3rd and 12 for the Saints at the Giants 35. Raiders, Colts. Raiders have the ball, 2nd and 11 from their 24. Colts 14, Raiders 3. The Eagles, the Broncos 3-3. Eagles have the ball, 2nd and 10 at the Philly 29-yard line, and we'll get an update on all of this, all the scores, injuries, fantasy, as these teams finish up the first half. Anthony Gallo, Gridiron Game Day, back in.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me. Like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. That's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/gain. That's ethos.com/gain.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Virginia. PNC Supply.
What makes a great pair of glasses? At Warby Parker, it's all the invisible extras without the extra cost. Their designer quality frames start at $95, including prescription lenses, plus scratch-resistant, smudge-resistant, and anti-reflective coatings, and UV protection, and free adjustments for life. To find your next pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contact lenses, or to find the Warby Parker store nearest you, head over to warbyparker.com. That's warbyparker.com.
Come to DSW for the shoes, stay for the fun. Because, let's be honest, if shoe shopping isn't fun, are you even doing it right? So go ahead, try something new. Try something different. Good different. Try something that feels like you. You know, the real you. And then definitely brag about it later. Because at DSW, you've got unlimited freedom to play. Find the shoes that get you at prices that get your budget at DSW stores or at DSW.com. Let us surprise you.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than just Peyton Manning. I'm also motivating Manning. When I say insurance, you say financial services. Insurance. Financial services. Insurance. Financial services. Now when I say Nationwide, you say is both. Nationwide. Is both. Nationwide. Is both. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
T-Mobile is more than the best network in the game. They're now the best network in America, according to the experts at Ookla Speed Test. So MLB fans are connected from home to home plate. With the most advanced 5G, the most towers, and a signal that goes farther than ever, you can keep up with your teams on the road, overseas, even off the grid. For baseball fans, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H2025 compatible device and plan required for T-Satellite. See details at T-Mobile.com.
The Home Depot has everything you need to turn your home into a beacon of holiday cheer. So whether you're going all out or just adding a few holiday touches, we've got you covered with trees, yard decor, and more. Save time decorating with one of our easy-to-assemble pre-lit trees, or pick up a piece from our Yuletide Lane decor collection and fill your yard with holiday joy. Whatever your style, find everything to get your holidays started at the Home Depot.
Need contract help for those workload peaks and backlogged projects? You're not alone. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed said they will increase their use of contract talent. That's why our recruiters leverage their experience and use award-winning AI to quickly find the skilled candidates you want. Learn about our specialized talent in finance, accounting, technology, marketing, legal, and administrative support. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Virginia. TNC Supply.
WQAM-FM and HD1 Miramar, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. WQAM.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your...
118 books, including books on natural medicine, women's health, men's health, and a whole variety of nutritional issues. Sherry, welcome to Purity Health Radio.
Hey there, Jason. Yeah, so thanks so much for having me on the program. And this is such an important issue. Bladder leakage.
He doesn't have a starting quarterback. Their defense has been decimated from the get-go, and it's even more decimated today. I mean, if they go, 2-15, sure, but they're not going to. And, if they get healthy, would I be shocked if they are, turned around and, in the wild card picture late? And we've got a massive play here, in this Giants-Saints game as the Giants are looking to put the Saints away early. And we'll get an update in that one as soon as possible. First, let's go out to Philly for Eagles-Broncos update from Michael Luongo.
Eagles up by a score of 10-3 with 5:05 to go. Second quarter, Philadelphia completed a major drive. Well, this one was 9 plays, 70 yards. The key play came on a 3rd and 17 at their own 22 when Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith for a 52-yard pass. That was followed by a pass to A.J. Brown, but Brown did not get the pass, but was rolled pass interference on Denver. Set up a 1st and goal at the 2 with Hurts with a 2-yard pass to Dallas Goedert. And that gave the Eagles the 10-3 lead. The other score by Jake Elliott, 31-yard field goal. Will Lutz, the lone Denver score, a 55-yard field goal, 4:58 to go. Second quarter, the Eagles up by a score 10-3.
Thank you so much, Mike. I told you a big play in that Saints-Giants game, and Les East has more for us.
Yeah, the Saints finally stopped the Giants on the Giants' 3rd possession, forcing a punt. First play after the punt, Spencer Rattler hits Rashid Shaheed for an 87-yard touchdown. The Saints get within a point. New York still leading 14-13, 5:16 left in the second quarter.
So that's a big turn of events there. The Giants were looking to pull away in that one, and now the Saints right back in it. And you heard Rob Brown speak about it, that, Spencer Rattler's been a lot better than he's been given credit for. And, that's a big play right there as this team has, continued to play well. We've got another almost all incompletion. That one, this time it's an incompletion for Bo Nix as he continues to get hit this week. That Broncos offensive line has been really good in pass protection, but the Eagles are getting after him early, and he is struggling. That one was right off the back of the center's head, so that was definitely not a fumble, just an incompletion. But we spoke about it with Rob Brown earlier, and he gave Spencer Rattler a lot of love in that one. 10 of 15, 154 yards, 1 touchdown. He wasn't calling him, Peyton Manning, but he was talking about how he was playing a lot better and he wasn't getting the credit he wanted. So he's out to a big start early. Shaheed, 3 catches, 106 yards for a touchdown. 4 carries for Jackson Dart, 38 yards, and the 2 passing touchdowns to Theo Johnson as that team looks to, continue their winning ways as they, not winning ways, but their win last week build off of it. And the Saints just trying to get a win early. The Jets 1st and 20 from the Cowboys 48-yard line, and it looks like they're going to get back to about 2nd and 10 as they are on the 30, I want to say. So we'll get an update there as well. Colts, they took over after the big interception in the end zone as they now have it 2nd and 7 from about their own 20. 3rd and 2 actually now after a run by Jonathan Taylor on the left side of the line. So we'll see what happens in that one. The Cowboys-Jets game is still 10-3, 2nd and 7 for the Jets from the 30. And another completion for Justin Fields just short of the first down. 2nd and 4 for the Texans at the 42. They score the touchdown. They get the ball back. And now they try to put the Ravens out of their misery early, sending this Ravens team even deeper into a tailspin. So that is an interesting. I came into the season. You heard me. Jody will join us at 6 o'clock as always. The great Jody Mack. You heard me and Jody talk about it the last 4 weeks. Eagles Ravens was my Super Bowl pick. I thought the Eagles were going to repeat, but I had the Ravens in there, and it is getting away from them fast. Not saying the season's over, because with that talent on their team, they could always be a wild card team, specifically with the way the NFL is set up today. But it's tough. I did not expect them to go out there today and put up a dud. And right now, unless things change, it is a dud. 17-7 Dolphins over the Panthers as they were able to get on the board. Tua, 17 of 21, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns. Rico Dowdle, 8 carries, 41 yards with Chuba Hubbard out. 5 catches, 78 yards for Darren Waller, and a touchdown. So he is settling into his new home post-retirement. And again, Breece Hall coughing the ball up, and I don't know if this is a fumble, but again, he put the ball on the ground, but he was down earlier. And right now, they're signaling it's Cowboys ball. And we'll get more of an update from Mancuso, who's on the scene at MetLife. But again, he keeps doing it. He was having a good game to start. So rough start for the Jets and Hall on that one. He had 8 carries, 68 yards up until that point. So and this one, it looks like it's going to be a fumble. It looks like clear as day that this is out. It got punched out. I don't know who that was for the Cowboys, but wow. So a big turn of events there as the Jets were about to be in the red zone. So that is a tough break for that Jets offense, and Breece Hall really struggling early to hold on to the football. The Giants have the ball 2nd and 4. They're about to be at the midfield line, about to be 3rd and 1 as Singletary carries the ball there. Big tackle by Davis on the Saints as they run the ball up the middle, so they are short of the midfield line, short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1, about 3rd and 1. Eagles have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 25 after the punt by the Cowboys. A defensive pass interference, gets them to the 25 on Riley Moss as the Broncos are struggling to keep the Eagles in check. 14-3 Colts over the Raiders. They have the ball at their own 26, 2nd and 10. In that one, we had a big, deep play here and incomplete for the Giants. You thought for a second there Jackson Dart might get the completion to Sterling Shepard. Texans, they just hit the 2-minute warning. Texans-Ravens 17-3. Texans have the ball 2nd and 4 from Houston's 42. The Dolphins and Panthers also hit the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 5 from Miami's 30 for the Dolphins as Tua trying to build off of the win last week with another win here. And Dart had him, it was just good defense by the Saints. I guess it was a little bit of an underthrow. Still felt like a good ball in that one. Kellen Moore trying to get his first win for the Saints. Eagles 10, Broncos 3. Eagles now have the ball from the 39-yard line after a short 14-yard completion, if you want to call that short, to Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith, Bronco killer. The other time he faced them had a big game as well. Mike Mancuso, though, has got an update in the Jets-Cowboys game and Breece Hall struggles. What's going on, Mike?
Well, the turnovers and the penalties continue, Anthony, to hurt the Jets. A nice drive by the Jets. Breece Hall, a nice 20-yard run, but guess what? He fumbles on the 9-yard line. It was Maris Liufu who forced the fumble. Sam Williams recovered. Dallas takes over 1st and 10 on their own 9-yard line. And in their first play, there's a flag. So there's been 5 penalties on each team to this point in the game. Dak Prescott has looked pretty good moving the offense. In fact, the Jets have actually looked pretty good moving the ball as well. But again, turnovers hurting the Jets, and Dallas takes advantage. Justin Fields in this game, to give you some stats, 8 for 13, 74 yards. Breece Hall, 9 for 78. So he has 78 yards on the ground, but he was banged up when he was just fumbling the football. So we'll get an update on that. For the Cowboys, linebacker Jack Sanborn is in the concussion protocol, and we'll have an update for you on the Cowboys linebacker. But right now, Dallas on top, 10-3. Their touchdown was a 26-yard catch and run to tight end Jake Ferguson. So Cowboys on top, 10-3. 2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Thank you so much, Mike. We almost had an incredible play here, and he's just out of bounds. Going down the left sideline, matched up with Riley Moss. A big pass by Jalen Hurts, and it looks like he's out of bounds. This is an incredible catch if it is considered inbounds. I don't know, though. It looks like he stepped out here. That first foot, though, I thought was down, but that's a big catch if it does stand. It's going to be 2nd and 10, so it doesn't. Nice throw, nice catch, just not in bounds. 1 foot out of bounds, barely out of bounds, but it looked close on that one. Dotson, though. Riley Moss having a tough day. A couple penalties, beat a couple times, and it looks like the Eagles are going to challenge this. The first foot looked like it was in. It just depends on when they decide if the first step is a catch, and I'm getting an official review here from the great Zach Gelb in the control room telling me it was a catch. Yeah, it looks like he caught the ball, in my opinion. So that's a great play by Dotson. And we're getting the official breakdown from him here. Colts have the ball at the 40. Oh, a massive hit in that one for the completion there. Pittman, I think, on the catch. Daniel Jones down the left sideline, 8 yards. Oh, actually 18 yards. Sorry, I didn't realize where the first down marker was. And that guy got lit up, but he holds on to it. Big hit, big catch in that one. I had to check who the receiver was that made the catch for the Colts, as Daniel Jones has 12 of 1,718 yards and a touchdown. And the receiver on that one was Ashton Doolin with the big catch on that one. We'll get all the updates, all the scores, all the turnovers. We'll update the fantasy leaders at halftime as well. We'll update some of the injuries around the league. We'll get you all the scores. We'll jump in, as always, at 6 o'clock. The great Jody Mack joins us as well. Stay tuned. Gridiron Game Day, back after this.
We'll be back with more Gridiron Game Day right after this.
So I was on eBay because I'm absolutely obsessed
with this rare hologram trading card. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. eBay had it. They even had
the perfect parts that fit my car.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay.
Chumba Casino brings nonstop fun straight to your screen. Anytime, anywhere. Explore hundreds of games like slots, blackjack, and instant scratch-style cards. Sign up to unlock your free welcome bonus and daily login bonuses. And enjoy your chance at exciting prizes without spending a thing. Just click, play, and enjoy the ride. Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
Serving my country required sacrifice that changed my life forever. I remember the day I came home. Because of my injuries, this house wasn't right for me anymore. I remember the narrow doorways, the small bathrooms, the shelves out of reach when in my wheelchair. Every day was full of obstacles. I felt trapped. I remember a better day. The day my family received a specially adapted custom home from Homes for Our Troops. That day changed everything. Now we have a safe and accessible home to enjoy the freedom I fought for. This place, our home, is exactly what we needed to rebuild our lives.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post-9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
So I was on eBay because I'm absolutely obsessed
with this rare hologram trading card.
She like the designer handbag of my dreams. eBay had it. They even had
the perfect parts that fit my car.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay.
You're listening to an Odyssey station that is airing a National Football League game. Due to NFL restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available.
I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Virginia. TNC Supply. In-app only.
What makes a great pair of glasses? At Warby Parker, it's all the invisible extras without the extra cost. Their designer quality frames start at $95, including prescription lenses, plus scratch-resistant, smudge-resistant, and anti-reflective coatings, and UV protection, and free adjustments for life. To find your next pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contact lenses, or to find the Warby Parker store nearest you, head over to warbyparker.com. That's warbyparker.com.
DSW, birthplace of the humble brag. Here, the shoes are so good, no one would ever know how little you paid. If you didn't go telling everyone, that is. And with never-ending options for every style, mood, and occasion, all at really great prices, we'll definitely give you something to brag about. So go ahead, stock up on fresh sneakers from your favorite brands, or try those boots you always secretly knew you could pull off. Find the shoes that get you at prices that get your budget at DSW stores or at DSW.com. Let us surprise you.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than just Peyton Manning. I'm also motivating Manning. When I say insurance, you say financial services. Insurance.
Financial services.
Insurance.
Financial services.
Now, when I say Nationwide, you say is both. Nationwide.
Is both.
Nationwide.
Is both.
For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
T-Mobile is more than the best network in the game. They're now the best network in America, according to the experts at Ookla Speed Test. So MLB fans are connected from home to home plate. With the most advanced 5G, the most towers, and a signal that goes farther than ever, you can keep up with your teams on the road, overseas, and even off the grid. For baseball fans, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data, 1H2025 compatible device and plan required for T-Satellite. See details at T-Mobile.com.
The Home Depot has everything you need to turn your home into a beacon of holiday cheer. So whether you're going all out or just adding a few holiday touches, we've got you covered with trees, yard decor, and more. Save time decorating with one of our easy-to-assemble pre-lit trees or pick up a piece from our Yuletide Lane decor collection and fill your yard with holiday joy. Whatever your style, find everything to get your holidays started at the Home Depot.
Need contract help for those workload peaks and backlogged projects? You're not alone. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed said they will increase their use of contract talent. That's why our recruiters leverage their experience and use award-winning AI to quickly find the skilled candidates you want. Learn about our specialized talent in finance, accounting, technology, marketing, legal, and administrative support. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
This hurricane season, keep it on 104.3 WQAM for hurricane coverage as we partner with CBS Ford to bring you the latest storm information. Hurricane coverage on WQAM comes from the Paul Baines Roofing Hurricane Center, serving Broward, Dade, and Palm Beach. Whether it's a new roof, repair, or 24/7 emergency service.
I'm Paul. Give me a call.
At 954-981-7663 or paulbainesroofing.com.
10-yard line with 25 seconds left in the half. The Colts have one timeout as well to work with. This drive started with the Latu interception at his own 12-yard line after a tipped pass at the line. The Colts have converted 3 third downs on this drive, and most recently a 16-yard run by Jonathan Taylor. The first time he's really gotten loose in this game, got the Colts into the red zone, so they've got third down. One thing to note for the Colts, they're going to have to play the rest of this game without kicker Spencer Schrader. He was hurt on a PAT attempt and drew a roughing the kicker foul, but he has been ruled out for the rest of the game. Interestingly, the Raiders punter A.J. Cole is also questionable for the remainder of the game, so both teams may be missing a kicker. And the Colts' already depleted secondary is a little bit more depleted as Mike Hilton, who took over for the retired Xavier Howard, he's also out for the game. So the Colts have converted. They have first down and goal from the 4 with 20 seconds and no timeouts to work with, leading 14-3.
Thank you so much, Andrew. And we might have another scoring update here in the Jets game. After that Breece Hall fumble, it was, the Jets were threatening, and now the other way we go, and we'll get that scoring update in a bit. But first, we go out to Baltimore as the Texans and Ravens are battling it out, and that Baltimore's just trying to stay alive. Craig Heist has more for us.
And not doing a very good job of it, Andrew. I'll tell you, the Ravens right now in a lot of trouble. 24-3, the Texans have the lead. We're just before halftime, about 16 seconds to go. C.J. Stroud's thrown his third touchdown pass of the day. This one, a 10-yarder to Xavier Hutchinson. Those two hooked up earlier in the game, and Stroud on the afternoon has done a real nice job moving this offense for Texans. And, of course, the Ravens' defense so banged up, they're not doing much to be able to get any traction to try to stop it. But C.J. Stroud very efficient with the offense this year. Total yards in this game, 288 to 63 in favor of Houston. And the first downs coming into this drive that the Ravens currently have was 16-3. So that tells you the dominance. And right now it's a 24-3 lead for the Texans as we approach halftime.
Thank you so much, Craig. Let's go out to MetLife as Mike Mancuso's got an update in the Jets-Cowboys game.
Well, the Cowboys have just added on, Anthony. 57 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Cowboys now lead the Jets 17-3. It did not take Dak Prescott long. He engineered a 91-yard drive in just 7 plays. It covered about a minute and 30. Big play on the drive was a 46-yard pass to Ryan Flanoy, who so far in this game, Flanoy has 104 yards receiving on 5 catches. Anyway, that got the ball to the Jets 16. Javonte Williams then went in on a 5-yard run. Williams has rushed for 42 yards. The first touchdown for Dallas was a 26-yard catch and run to Jake Ferguson. So far in this game, Prescott 11 of 17 for 163 yards. And it's amazing how quickly Dallas was able to get right down the field on the Jets defense. Jets continuing to hurt themselves with penalties. They've already committed 6 of them. They've hurt themselves on penalties. Breece Hall fumbling on the 9-yard line after a nice run. And ironically, Anthony, this week in practice, because of the fumbles the Jets had last week, the Jets had the offensive players hold the footballs, and the coaches were trying to punch the balls out of their hands. Well, it didn't work for Breece Hall that time. Jets trail 17-3.
It's not the same, when it's actual fists and not boxing gloves, it's a little different. So we'll see what happens in that one. The Jets going to have to do a lot to hang on there. Michael Luongo's got an update from the link. Broncos, Eagles battling it out.
1:26 to go here in the second quarter. The Eagles up by a score of 10-3. Philadelphia scoring on a 7-play, 90-yard drive with a 2-yard touchdown pass from Jalen Hurts to Dallas Goedert. The key play there was a 52-yard pass play from Hurts to Devontae Smith to help get things up. That was followed by a pass interference penalty on the Broncos. They gave Eagles a first and goal at the 2. The other scoring in this contest, a 31-yard field goal by Jake Elliott, a 55-yard field goal by Will Lutz, the lone Denver score. 1:25 to go. It's counting in the second quarter. Philadelphia by a score 10-3.
Thank you so much, Mike. Let's go out to the Panthers. Dolphins as the Panthers try to get something on the board before the half. Kevin Casey's got more for us.
And we have just gone to the half, and it's now 17-10. The Miami Dolphins are leading the Carolina Panthers, and it was pretty much all Miami early going to Tagovailoa, 17 of 21 passing, 151 yards. That one touchdown pass he threw was to Darren Waller. That was a 4-yard touchdown pass. Darren Waller on the day, 5 receptions, 78 yards receiving. Jalen Waddle, 4 receptions, 47 yards. Carolina did come back in the second quarter. Bryce Young, even though he has a fumble and an interception, both resulting in those Miami touchdowns, he was 10 of 15 passing, 110 yards. Xavier Legette with the Panthers, only touchdown. He's back on his horse. He's 1 for 1 reception, that 7-yard touchdown pass for the Carolina Panthers, and a field goal as time expired here at the half. So it's halftime here at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, where the Miami Dolphins lead the Carolina Panthers 17-10.
Thank you so much, Kevin Casey, as always. The Giants-Saints still 14-3 after the Saints missed a field goal. About a minute 22 left in that one. The Giants have the ball at the 42. It's 2nd and 10 for them as they try to get something on the board before the half. Both tight ends out. Brock Bowers out. Michael Mayer also out for the Raiders. And Albert O is the tight end that they brought in off the practice squad. And he's got a catch. I don't think it's his first catch and target of the day, for 16 yards. So we'll see how that one plays out there as they try to keep up. It's 20-3 Colts over the Raiders. Daniel Jones, another great day to start. Only 1 carry for 2 yards, but 142 yards on 16 of 24 passing, 2 touchdowns. Josh Downs, 5 catches, 46 yards. Tyler Warren, 4 catches, 44 yards and a touchdown. Michael Pittman, 39 yards on a touchdown with the 5 catches, 2 catches for Jonathan Taylor for 13 yards. He also has 18 rushes, 24 yards, and a touchdown. Geno Smith, 12 of 18, 134 yards, 1 interception. Ashton Genty, 8 carries, 42 yards. He's also got 4 catches for 42 yards. Here, as I just mentioned, the Giant game, and we'll get an update there as we've got a play that could impact the rest of this game as the Giants started hot. And we'll see if they continue to play after 13 unanswered points by the Saints in this one. We're 10 unanswered, my apologies. So we'll get an update in that one as soon as possible. Some other scores here. The Broncos ended up punting. It is now 10-3, and then the Eagles are about to punt for their 4th and 6 on their own 15. So that game's 10-3 with a minute to go in the half. We've got Raiders, Colts just went to halftime, and we'll get an update on the field goal there and the score. Like I said, 14-13, and we'll get a confirmation and an update on that big play in the Giants-Saints game. Cowboys 17, Jets 3. The Jets have the ball. They're about to punt from their own 24, and they're going to leave the Cowboys no timeouts, but 36 seconds left to, break down that one. 17-10 at halftime, Dolphins over the Panthers. 24-3, Texans over the Ravens. We got a lot more to bring you. All the updates on the scoring, the interceptions, the fumbles, the big hits, the sacks, the big plays, everything. Fantasy, gambling. It's right here. Gridiron Game Day, NFL Week 5. Anthony Gallo, but first, an update from the great Pete McCarthy.
Infinity Sports Network, Sports Flash.
Well, Progressive Commercial Insurance protects small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today at progressivecommercial.com. Well, there is one final today. Carson Wentz leading the Vikings on a last-minute touchdown drive, hitting Jordan Addison for the go-ahead score. Addison had been benched to start the game. Vikings beat the Browns in London 21-17. Rookie Dylan Gabriel played well for Cleveland in his first career start, completing 19 of 33 passes for 190 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. The Cowboys have moved the ball down to the Jets' 1-yard line. Just had a 66-yard scamper from Javonte Williams down to that 1-yard line. Cowboys already leading the Jets 17-3, still 30 seconds to play in the first half. The Colts have a 20-3 lead at the break on the Raiders. It is the Eagles up 10-3 on the Broncos as Philadelphia looking to move to 5-0. Devontae Smith, happy for a day at least, you would think. 4 catches, 75 yards. Dolphins ahead of the Panthers, 17-10 at the break. Texans all over the Ravens, 24-3. No Lamar Jackson for Baltimore. Cooper Rush starting at quarterback, and the Ravens in danger of falling to 1-4. Giants 14, Saints 13, 19 seconds to play in the first half in New Orleans. Saints have the ball now down at the Giants' 10-yard line. 4 games coming in the later window. The Commanders are returning quarterback Jaden Daniels to the field, but he'll be sporting a brace on his sprained left knee.
I'm not the biggest fan of it, but